Hi all, this is Dr. Arpana Chaturvedi from the Department of Information Technology. The subject which I am taking is Artificial Intelligence. And in this today we'll talk about proposition logic. Within this we'll look for proposition logic, facts about proposition logic and its representation. So basically proposition logic is a simplest form of logic only wherein all the statements are made by propositions. So as we seen earlier in knowledge representation that whatever the facts are given over there, they have to be represented in the form of declarative statement or logical statement or in the form of mathematical form. So proposition is basically a kind of logical representation in the form of declarative sentence which can be either be true or false. And we say that proposition logic is basically a technique of representing the given facts or knowledges in a logical or mathematical form. Here are certain propositions or English-like sentences which are given. If we say it is a Sunday, then might be if today is Sunday, we can say that it is true, otherwise false. So it can be true or false proposition. The sun rises from west. We are very much sure that sun doesn't rises from west. So it is a false proposition. Similarly, we know that 3 plus 3 is not equals to 7. So it is a false proposition. 5 is a prime number is a true proposition. So these are certain examples of propositions which are to be represented in the form of logical or mathematical sentences or proposition over here, and we'll see how we do those all representation. So what we say proposition logic is basically it is a Boolean logic which works on zeros or one or true or false. To represent any fact or any sentence using proposition logic, various symbols we are supposed to use, and those all symbolical variable which we use to represent the logic should always be capital. A, B, C, P, Q, R. If we are representing any proposition, we have to use a letter in capitals. We should never forget that proposition can either be true or false, but it can't be both. All the proposition will be going to consist of objects, relations or functions or logical connectives. These connectives are also known as logical operators which will be going to combine the propositions. Propositions and connectives are basically, we can say, the basic element of representation of any of the fact using proposition logic. In this, see that connectives can be said as logical operators because as here we will be connecting two sentences. A proposition formula will always be true, and if it is always true, we say that it is a tautology or it is a valid sentence. So we have to check this also. And the proposition formula or a fact or a representation which is always false is known as contradiction. A proposition formula which has both true and false values is not possible, and the statements which are questions, commands or opinions are not propositions, such as where is Rohini, how are you, what is your name. These are not the proposition because we don't know what is the answer. We should be very much sure that the proposition should written either true or false. You should remember this in your mind. So the syntax of proposition logic defines valuable and allowable sentences for knowledge representation. There are two types of proposition. Either proposition can be atomic or compound. So in case of atomic proposition, what we say atomic propositions are the simpler way or simple proposition, simple way of representing a proposition wherein it consists of a single proposition symbol. And these sentences will definitely by sure either will be true or false. No logical connectives are being used. It's simple representation of a single English like sentence or a fact. Like 2 plus 2 is 4. It is an atomic proposition which is true. The sun is cold is a false proposition. So the second type of proposition is compound proposition. Before looking at the compound proposition, I just want to tell you that it uses logical connectives. Compound proposition is basically a combination of more than one atomic proposition. If there are so many number of atomic proposition and you have to join them together because they are related with each other, we will be using some logical connectives. So what are those logical connectives? Logical connectives are used to connect two simpler propositions which are known as compound propositions, or to represent all the sentence together logically. We can create compound proposition with the help of logical connectives, and these logical connectives are 5 in number. First is negation. A sentence such as not P is called negation. This is a symbol of not. A literal can be either positive or negative. It depends. Then comes conjunction. A sentence which has and connective. This is a symbol of and, such as P and Q is called a conjunction. Example, there are two simple atomic preposition. One is Rohan is intelligent, represented by P, and Rohan is hardworking, represented by Q. As the sentence which is given to us is Rohan is intelligent and hardworking. So this can be written in this way. Rohan is intelligent, that is P, and is a logical connective. Rohan is hardworking, no need to write Rohan again, we can say and hardworking, that is Q. So this is how we can, using logical connective, design a compound proposition. Now for designing or writing a compound proposition, sometimes we need to use disjunction also. A sentence which has or connective, this is disjunction connective, such as P or Q is called disjunction, where P and Q are propositions. For example, Ritika is a doctor or engineer. So here Ritika is a doctor is a P proposition, Ritika is an engineer is a Q proposition. When we join them together, we can say that either Ritika is a doctor or engineer. So this proposition can be written in this way, and this is a compound proposition. Now implication, a sentence such as P implies Q is called as implication. Implications are also known as if-then rules. It can be represented as if it is raining, then the street is wet. Here it is raining is a P proposition, street is wet is a Q proposition. When we combine both of them using logical connectors, we say that P implies Q. If it is raining, then definitely street will become wet. So this is the symbol of implication. Now biconditional connective. In this way, if we can say that if P implies Q, then definitely Q also implies P. So if I am breathing, I am alive, and if I am alive, I am breathing. So this kind of representation can be done using biconditional connective. Here P is I am breathing, Q is I am alive, and using biconditional connective we can say P biconditional Q. So these are the 5 connectives which are used to design a compound proposition. So for each and every propositional logic, we should very well aware of truth table also. So this is summary wherein I am just explaining you that these are the connective symbols we have seen. This is for and, which is also known as conjunction. This is for or, also known as disjunction. Then this is implies, also known as implication. Then this is biconditional, that is if and only if, and not can be also be written using tilde symbol. So these are the example how we will write in case if A and B are the two proposition. A and B, A or B, A implies B, A biconditional B, not A or not B. So this is in tabular form. I have just summarized all the symbols. Now we should know the truth table of each and every proposition to derive or to infer or to reach to certain conclusion. So this is a very important aspect because using this only we will be going to conclude. So in proposition logic we need to know the truth table in all possible scenarios as much as they are possible using different logical connectives which are used in that particular time period. So firstly we will learn with all logical connectives. For negation, if P is true, not P will be false. If P is false, not P will be true. For conjunction, if we are combining two preposition P and Q using AND, P is true, Q is true, then definitely P and Q will also be true. In this case, both the preposition is returning true, then only the conclusion will also be true. Then only conjunction will also be true. If either P or Q, any one of it will be false, then the conjunction will also be false. So this is the truth table of conjunction. Now look at disjunction. This is the truth table with three different propositions. Let's say we are having three propositions. One is P, another is Q, and another is R. So not of R will be opposite of this, like true it becomes false, false becomes true, true becomes false, false becomes true, it's outwards. Now if I have to check P or Q, P or Q means ki either of P or Q is true, the result will be true. So see, true true will be true, true true will be true, true false will be true, true false will be true, then false true will also be true, false true will also be true, but false false, these two will be false. Now we come P or Q implies not R. So what is implies? What implies says that if both are true, then it will be true. If both are false, then it will be true. If this is true but this is false, then also this is first one is false and this is true, then also it will be true. But if P is true and Q is false, then it can't be true. So in that case, we'll check with these two. This P or Q is true, but it is false, then definitely it is false. True true, it will be true. True false, it will be false. True true, it will be true. False true, true false, it will be false. Then true true, it will be true. False false, true. False true, true. So this is how we will design a truth table with three propositions. Now we see more. This precedence of connectives, so we have to always remember precedence, as in other programming languages also we have taken care of precedence. So precedence of connectives are also over there. The first precedence is always be of parenthesis, second will be of negation symbol, third will be of conjunction, fourth will be of disjunctions, fifth will be of implication, and sixth will be of biconditional logical connective. Now we can see what is logical equivalence. Logical equivalence is one of the feature of proposition logic only. In this, two propositions are said to be logically equivalent if and only if the column in the truth table are identical to each other. You should remember this thing. So let's take two proposition A and B. So for logical equivalence, we can write A biconditional B, and in the below truth table we can see that column for not A or B, and A implies B, both are identical. You can see this is also resulting to, this is also resulting to, this is also resulting false, this is also resulting false, this is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. So we can say that these two propositions which are given over here are logically equivalent because both are resulting with the same identical result when they are being calculated on the basis of truth table which is mentioned or which is given over here. So this is logical equivalence. Now see, these are the different properties of operators which we'll be using later on to perform resolution of the given propositions and to reach to the conclusion. One is commutative property, which says ki if P and Q will always be equals to Q and P, or P or Q will always be equivalent to Q or P. Similarly, associativity, it says P or P and Q if evaluated first and then evaluated with conjunction R, or if Q and R is evaluated first, then we'll be going to get conjuncted with P, will be resulting with the same result. Similarly, either we will be first of all finding out the result of P or Q or R. If both of them are going to get used with disjunction symbol, P or Q with R or P with Q and R, both will be resulting with the same result. Identity element, P and true will always be P and P or true will always be true. Then distributive, suppose there are two different two different symbols, logical connectors which are used over here. This is P and within parenthesis is Q or R. So this, with the help of distributive property, can be calculated as P and Q or P and R. Similarly, in case of if P or Q and R is over there, then P or Q and P or R will also be resulting with the same result. De Morgan rules says that if not of P and Q will always be equals to not of P or not of Q. Not of P or Q will always be equivalent to not of P and not of Q. And this is double negation, which says not of P will always be equal to P. So these are certain operators which will be using, and before we have seen different rules and truth table which will be using to perform the resolution on given propositions. There is limitation of proposition, and what is that? We can convert the proposition logic into logical statements or propositions, but we cannot do if some quantifications are given over there. Like in case all the girls are intelligent, how we will be going to represent this? If it is said girl is intelligent or girls are intelligent, we can say intelligent and then within bracket girl. But how we will represent all? No provision is given in proposition logic. Similarly, some apples are given. So when we talk about entire universe, all, then we don't know how to represent in case of proposition logic, or if in case we are given about the some of them are like this. Then also we are not given with, we haven't learned any symbol or representation to represent all or some. We haven't learned any symbol to represent the quantity which is used in the form of number, or you can say some area in proposition logic. So this is the flaw of proposition logic, that it is limited in case of expressing all different kind of quantified expression. So in proposition logic, these we have to look for some other alternate, and that is predicate clause. So this is all for today. We will learn more in more details in further coming lectures. Thank you.